Hi everyone, my name is Joanne Shen. I am currently a PGY1 HSPAL resident at the University of Illinois Chicago Retzke College of Pharmacy. Welcome to my presentation today, Fast and Curious, How Vaccines Race to Your Pharmacy Shelf. Today, we'll explore the regulatory pathways vaccines take before reaching your pharmacy shelves. We'll discuss both traditional and expedited routes taken. Before we start, I want to disclose that I have no relevant financial conflicts of interest related to this activity. For my pharmacist audience today, I hope by the end of this presentation, we'll be able to describe traditional vaccine approval from preclinical studies through FDA licensure, discuss expedited pathways including EUA, Fast Track, Priority Review, and Accelerated Approval, and recognize the pharmacist's role in addressing patient vaccine approval questions. And for my pharmacy technician audience, by the end of this presentation, hope we can list the basic steps of vaccine approval, identify differences between traditional and expedited processes, and recognize impacts on inventory management and documentation of our technicians. So why does this matter? Understanding vaccine approval matters because it directly impacts patient trust, vaccine uptake, and public health outcomes. Clear communication about vaccine approvals is vital to avoid hesitancy and misinformation, ultimately leading to timely and effective responses, especially evident during crises such as the COVID-19 pandemic. As we know, vaccines significantly reduce morbidity and mortality from infectious diseases. Clear understanding of approval processes enhance public trust in vaccines. Vice versa, misunderstanding can lead to vaccine hesitancy and decrease immunization rates. Effective communication about vaccine approval supports timely public health interventions during emergencies. The traditional vaccine approval process typically spans around 6 to 10 years, ensuring vaccine safety and effectiveness through multiple carefully regulated phases. We start off with preclinical studies, which are laboratory and animal testing to evaluate initial safety and immune response, which typically takes around 1 to 2 years. Then researchers submit preclinical data to the FDA to obtain permission to begin human clinical trials. And this is called Investigational New Drug Application, can take from 30 days to several months. After our IND gets approved, we start with clinical trials, which are separated into Phase 1, 2, and 3. Phase 1 are small-scale trials focusing primarily on safety and optimal dosage, which can take several months. Phase 2 are expanded trials assessing safety, dosing, and preliminary efficacy, which again takes months to 2 years. Phase 3 are large-scale trials confirming effectiveness, monitoring adverse reactions, and comparing the vaccine to standard treatments or placebos in thousands of participants, and this can span from 1 to 4 years. After all these successful clinical trials, manufacturers submit comprehensive trial data to the FDA for BLA review or biological license application to receive formal approval, and this can take around 6 to 10 months. After we receive our formal approval, we enter into Phase 4, which is an ongoing process. It's post-marketing surveillance to monitor long-term safety and efficacy. And as previously mentioned, this entire process can take around 6 to 10 years for a vaccine to get approved traditionally. After having a basic understanding of the traditional pathway, coming to the expedited pathways, they significantly reduce the time to vaccine availability, critical during health emergencies or for addressing unmet medical needs. Each expedited route has specific criteria, timelines, and real-world examples demonstrating their vital role in public health. The first one I'm sure we're very familiar with, Emergency Use Authorization, or as we know it, EUA. It's used during public health emergencies, allowing vaccines to be distributed when there is evidence suggesting effectiveness and when no adequate approved alternatives are available. It's granted within weeks to months following clinical data review. The example that we're more familiar with is Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine. It initially received its EUA due to urgent need during the COVID-19 pandemic. The next one we have is Fast Track. It facilitates development and expedites the review process for vaccines addressing serious conditions with unmet medical needs. Includes frequent FDA interactions as well. One example we have is Arcturus Therapeutics mRNA vaccine candidate ARCT-2304. It received its fast track due to urgent pandemic influenza A strain H5N1 threats. Next, we have priority review. It shortens FDA review timeline from the standard 10-month to 6-month. It's applied when significant improvements in treatment, diagnosis, or prevention are demonstrated. For example, Gardasil 9 received its priority review because it demonstrated a significant improvement in preventing HPV infection, including a broader coverage of HPV strains in adults aged 27 through 45, an age group previously underserved by available HPV prevention methods. Last but not least, we have accelerated approval, which allows earlier approval based on surrogate endpoints, likely to predict clinical benefit. It requires confirmatory trials post-approval as well. For instance, the Jynneos vaccine for mpox and smallpox received its accelerated approval because surrogate endpoints indicated effectiveness addressing a potential public health emergency. I'm going to elaborate further on the emergency use authorization here. At this stage, first raise questions and concerns among the general public regarding vaccine approval timelines during the time of pandemic. As we previously mentioned, EUA is a FDA's mechanism to facilitate availability of medical countermeasures during public health emergencies when there are no adequate approved alternatives. So, for several criteria it needs to meet, there has to be a presence of serious or life-threatening disease or condition, has to have evidence suggesting effectiveness. The known and potential benefits need to outweigh known and potential risks, and there are no adequate approved and available alternatives on the market. And only then the product may be authorized under a EUA. Implementing real-life scenario here. The Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine initially received its EUA on December 11, 2020 because of the pressing global emergency. The expedited approval process raised questions regarding vaccine safety, effectiveness, and regulatory oversight. Additionally, limited public understanding of the EUA contributed to vaccine hesitancy and mistrust. Subsequently, full FDA approval, or the biological license application, was granted on August 23, 2021, under the brand name Comirnaty, after more extensive data became available. More and more clinical trials have seen that over 90% effectiveness in preventing severe COVID-19 and hospitalization after receiving COVID-19 vaccine. We have also observed that there is an increased public confidence, including expanded vaccination mandates by employers and institutions, and improved public acceptance and reduced hesitancy post-full approval. After understanding the approval processes, it's important for us pharmacists and pharmacy technicians to be familiar with the vaccine safety reporting mechanisms. There are three primary reporting mechanisms discussed in this presentation. First one we have is the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, or known as the VAERS. It's the nation's early warning system that monitors the safety of FDA-approved vaccines and vaccines authorized for use during public health emergencies. It's co-managed by the CDC and FDA and accepts reports of possible adverse events after vaccination from healthcare providers, vaccine manufacturers, and the public. The VAERS helps detect unusual or unexpected patterns of adverse events, also referred to as safety signals. If a possible safety signal is found, further analysis is performed using other safety systems like the Vaccine Safety Data Link and Clinical Immunization Safety Assessment Project. The Vaccine Safety Data Link, or the VSD, is established in 1990. The VSD is a collaborative project between the CDC and several healthcare organizations. It monitors the safety of vaccines and conducts studies on adverse events following immunization. The VSD uses electronic health record data from member sites to assess vaccine safety and detect adverse events in near real time. Findings from the VSD inform vaccine safety recommendations. The Clinical Immunization Safety Assessment Project, or the CISA project, is a network of vaccine safety experts from the CDC, research centers, and other partners. It provides consultations for U.S. healthcare providers with complex vaccine safety questions about individual patients. CISA conducts vaccine safety research and contributes to emergency response activities, offering expert consultation on complex vaccine safety cases. It is important to understand the distinctions among each vaccine safety reporting mechanism, VAERS, VSD, and CISA, as they each serve unique purposes in monitoring vaccine safety. Utilizing these resources appropriately enables healthcare professionals to promptly identify adverse events, assess vaccine risks accurately, and ensure optimal patient safety and public confidence in immunization programs. Now that we've explored how vaccines reach approval and how safety is monitored, let's dive into the pharmacy team's pivotal role in bringing these vaccines safely and effectively to our communities. Pharmacists have a crucial and expanding role in vaccine administration and public health. They educate patients about the importance, efficacy, and safety of vaccines, providing clear and reliable information that helps reduce vaccine hesitancy. Pharmacists are also responsible for monitoring vaccine safety by reporting adverse events, ensuring continuous surveillance, and enhancing vaccine confidence. Additionally, pharmacists provide individualized vaccine counseling based on patient-specific factors such as age, health conditions, and previous vaccine history. This personalized approach ensures optimal protection for each patient and addresses unique health needs effectively. The pharmacist's role also extends to collaborating with healthcare providers, influencing policy, and advocating for expanded vaccination services and accessibility. Pharmacy technicians also play an increasingly vital role in vaccination efforts, significantly enhancing pharmacy workflow and capacity. They handle logistical elements such as inventory management, vaccine preparation, and patient registration. By managing these critical tasks, technicians allow pharmacists more time for patient interactions and clinical decision-making. Their contribution also involves patient education, where they provide basic vaccine information, help patients understand vaccination schedules, and ensure accurate documentation of administered vaccines. Pharmacy technicians thus enhance overall service efficiency and patient satisfaction, directly contributing to higher vaccination rates and better public health outcomes. To summarize, the process of vaccine approval involves both traditional and expedited pathways, each critical in ensuring vaccine safety, efficacy, and timely availability. Clear understanding and communication of these pathways are essential for healthcare professionals to effectively educate and reassure the public, ultimately improving vaccine acceptance and coverage. Moreover, pharmacists and pharmacy technicians play complementary and integral roles in the vaccination process. Their combined efforts in patient education, safety monitoring, vaccine administration, and logistical management ensure a robust and responsive vaccination system. Recognizing and supporting these roles is vital to sustaining high vaccination coverage, minimizing vaccine hesitancy, and maintaining public health. Alright, time for our learning assessment. Question 1. Which of the following is a type of expedited pathway? A. Accelerated review. B. Priority review. C. Investigational new drug application. D. Biological license application. If you selected choice B, you're absolutely correct. Choice A is incorrect due to the actual wording being accelerated approval instead of review. Both choice C and D are incorrect due to they are applications involved in the traditional pathway. Next, we're on to question number 2. Which of the following is a reasonable amount of time the traditional pathway for vaccine approval takes? A. 8 years. B. 5 years. C. 20 years. D. 6 months. The correct answer choice is A. 8 years. As we previously discussed, the traditional pathway for vaccine approval typically takes around 6 to 10 years, so both B and C will be incorrect. And D, 6 months, if you recall earlier, this is actually the time frame for priority review. Question 3. Which of the following is a role of pharmacists in immunization? A. Educate patients on vaccine approval process. B. Monitor and report adverse events. C. Provide individualized vaccine counseling. D. Hide the vaccination sign during busy hours. E. All the above. F. Choice A, B, and C. Well, hopefully everyone chose choice F, which is A, B, and C. We, as pharmacists and also pharmacy technicians, we should always encourage vaccination for our patient population and assist them in any way they need. So choice D is incorrect. Question 4. Which of the following vaccine safety reporting mechanisms utilizes safety signals to analyze adverse events? A. VDS. B. MedWatch. C. CISA. D. VAERS. The correct answer choice is D. VAERS. Both choice A and C are two other primary vaccine safety reporting mechanisms we previously discussed. VSD is an active surveillance system utilizing electronic health records pulled from its member sites. And CISA is a network of experts provide real-time consultation on vaccine safety events. Choice B, MedWatch, is a safety reporting system regulated by FDA for prescriptions and over-the-counter meds. So choice D is correct. Coming to our last assessment question of the day. Which of the following vaccines went through an accelerated approval due to its surrogate endpoints demonstrating its effectiveness? A. Gardasil 9 for HPV. B. Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine. C. Jynneos for smallpox and mpox. D. ARCT-2304 for influenza A. This may have been a slightly more challenging question, but if you selected choice C, Jynneos, you're correct. Great job! For choice A, Gardasil 9 is approved under priority review for its improvement in HPV prevention. Choice B, Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine is approved under EUA at the time of the COVID-19 pandemic. And choice D, ARCT-2304, received its fast track due to an urgent pandemic influenza A threat. So choice C is correct. This concludes my slides. Thank you for tuning in for my presentation today, Fast and Curious, How Vaccines Race to Your Pharmacy Shelf. If you have any questions or feedback, please reach out to me. My email address is provided at the bottom of this slide. Thank you.